Hello and welcome to another video. I'm Everett Hoffman, and today I'm going to explain what a mirrorless camera is, how does it work, and what does it do. Now this is the second video of me explaining what different cameras are, so if you missed last week's video where I cover what a DSLR camera is, then I'm gonna go ahead and link that video in the description below, and I'll put it in the top right here. If you've been looking at buying a new camera, then you've probably seen something called a mirrorless camera. Now there's no smoke and mirrors to this one. It means exactly what it's saying. There is no mirror inside of this camera. That's where they get the term mirrorless, as opposed to a DSLR camera, which has a mechanism and a mirror inside of the camera. A mirrorless camera has a mechanism, but it does not have a mirror. So I have a mirrorless camera right here. So let me go ahead and show you what it looks like without a lens on it. So right here, we have nothing but image sensor. Now the way a mirrorless camera takes a photo is whenever I press the shutter button, a door will swing up, covering the image sensor, and then when the photo is done, the door will swing back down, revealing the image sensor. Let me just put this back on, it makes me really nervous. So I would show you what that looks like, but this camera will not let me take a photo without a lens on it. Why, I have no idea. Just know that a door will swing up, covering the image sensor, and then it swings away, revealing the image sensor when the photo is complete. So what are the pros and cons of a mirrorless camera? Pro: a mirrorless camera is slightly smaller, it weighs less, and it has a slimmer body. So if you want to have more room in your camera bag, then getting a mirrorless camera will definitely give you more space. Pro: generally any new era of mirrorless cameras have a feature called silent shooting. Now, if you're a nature photographer or a street photographer and you don't want to disturb nature with your loud shutter noise, you can flip this bad boy to silent shooting, and then when you press the shutter button, you can't even hear the loud shutter. So that's a huge plus. Pro: what you see is exactly what you're going to get. Now, because these things don't have a mirror or anything in front of the image sensor, the LCD screen is going to display exactly what your image sensor is seeing. Now, you could use your viewfinder, and these things come equipped with an electronic viewfinder as opposed to a DSLR camera, which has an optical viewfinder. Again, if you want to learn more about DSLR cameras, you can click the link right up here or in the description below. So these things have an electronic viewfinder, and they're very good at detecting when your eye is up here. It will take whatever's displaying here and put it up here. So they're basically just two video screens giving you a live feed of what your image sensor is seeing. So long story short, what you see right before you take a photo is exactly what your photo is going to look like. Con: dust and debris are going to get on your image sensor more often. And that's because nothing comes up to protect your image sensor when there's nothing on it. So in the brief moment between lens changes, your image sensor is left bare-ass naked to the world, exposed to anything that decides to blow onto it. Now, you could always cover the image sensor with your hand, which can work just fine, but you still run a higher risk of getting something on your image sensor more often. Con: because this thing has an electronic viewfinder, you're going to have to turn on your camera to see what's on the LCD screen and to use the viewfinder. And that's because it doesn't have an optical viewfinder. So yes, you're going to have to use your battery life if you want to be able to see and arrange your photo all before you even take your photo. So that's gonna wrap up what a mirrorless camera is. If you have any questions about mirrorless cameras, let me know in the comments below. As always, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Skiddly bop that bell to be notified when I post another video. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Get out of there. Come on. Okay. If you get a mirrorless camera, get a air puffer. That way you can clean your image sensor more often. That's probably the best tip of the entire video. And I'm gonna put it at the end. Thanks for sticking around.